Hello, welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach. Haven't done this in a while. Decided to do this during the day over lunch, take a 30-minute break and get an episode in. I'm finding that trying to get it done in the morning, especially doing it at night, is harder. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old and I don't want to stay up too late. You know, those types of things. But I said lunchtime might be the best time. So I'm doing one. So the last time I stopped this, I thought I was getting somewhere with this idea of auto-injecting mini-profiler stuff. And as I thought about it more, I think it was the right path, but I want to do it a different way. So this is just taking all the source text and plopping it into the using statement. And I thought, you know, why don't I just, I have this making a block syntax, so let's just do this. Let's say private block syntax create block. And I'm going to say it that way just to differentiate it from the method that I already have there. Oh, and then I'm going to need to make sure I'm recording, which I am. Always got to check. Always watching. Always watching. I'm going to do the same thing with this, so just do your nice copy and paste. And then I already came over here to Roslyn quoter, and I put in something that I wanted to basically do. So, because the with body I'm already doing, so I just need to make a new block, which is what this is doing. And then I'm going to keep the normalized white space, I think. These are always fun because they get to be so big. All right, so, oh, you're going to put in another block? Really? Huh. Where am I putting this block? The keyboard with body, block, singleton list statement. Oh, that was stupid. It's not what I want. Yeah. Do this with less stupid. Okay. So, copy and paste all the crap again. Alright, so we got our block. We got a using. Which also has a block. Oh, and okay, so in here I bet is where I've got to actually put all the things that I've got from my thing before. Okay, if that made any sense. So this is right off of that. Yeah, okay. And then this is saying invocate. That's correct. And then this is tied to that. Okay. Thank whatever you believe in that somebody had the wherewithal to create this wonderful little tool, because my God. Alright, so that's the literal, that's what we're passing in there. That's what we got for method name, so we just need to put in method name here. There. And then here is where I think I have to put in all the singleton list. Like if I did this, I bet if I said like, whoops, no, you're not in a real editor, Jason. Bar, and Baz, and I said regenerate, which should be in, yeah. So we have a using statement, and then it has a block, but then the block has, if I remember right, there's an overload of statements. Yeah, params of statements. Okay. And that's what those are, because those are just invocations that I stuck in there. And then the rest of this is the same thing I had before. Yeah. Yep, okay. So that is true. So this should at least compile. Except now, and you know, I'm not a big fan of params. I'm not. These are statement syntax. I'm so much not a fan, I don't even... Statement syntax. Statements. And then we would just go statements. Boom. Now we actually have to, though, pass in the right things. Because this was just a simple, hey, give me what you had before as a bunch of text. But we got to be a little bit smarter about that and say, what I need are, going back to my syntax visualizer here, what I need, okay, that's a method declaration. This is the block. And has an if and return statement. So I need to find all the statement syntax. Okay. So in this case, what I don't want is that. That's statement syntax. What I do want are all the statements from... Well, no. I still need the block node. Okay. But what I need now are all the statements from the block node. Send it nodes. Select kind equal to statement. Yeah, see, I wish it had, and I get why it doesn't do this. But what I really want is all of the statements. But if I'm just getting the nodes that are right underneath the block, then I should, if I'm looking at this again, I'm not getting the tokens, I'm just getting this statement. So I can say, well, those are all statements, right? Sure. So let's just do that. Let's just say, get all the descendant nodes, and then let's cast them to statement syntax. Okay. Now we say return node, move node, the block node that you got with, well, actually, okay, we need to, yeah. Except in this case, it's going to be calling the other thing, the create block. And here, we need to pass in statements, right? Yeah, see, sorry. This is why I don't like params. Because it wants the params of individual ones. Enumerable of a statement syntax. You don't know what that is. There we go. And now we can say that. So that should take care of the case we have a method with this. Now this one's a little different. Oh, how did you... Isn't there like an expression statement syntax? Yes, there is. S is equal to new. Can you do that? No, but can you do syntax factory, expression statement syntax, wrapping it with... No, you... Oh, yes, you can. Expression. Okay. There. And then we just say var, because statement. Okay, so we get the expression, we get the statement. Now we say here, create block, except now we need to do new, and we're just going to make an array of statement. Not visit XML. What are you... Okay. If this works on the first try, I'm going to be really surprised. Because if I remember right, I had a program in here that said, there's your code, take that, and then output what we give it. Yep. Never works the first time, right? Never works. Variable declaration syntax. Really? A variable declaration syntax is not a variable. Fine, we'll go over here. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Put it up here just for, so what is this? Oh, it just goes right to C, so it doesn't. Okay. And unfortunately, well, wait a minute. Why would that? I don't. It's a look. This is a local declaration statement. Yeah. Okay. And what was it that it was barking on? Was that it was what? A variable declaration syntax. Because it wasn't in the block, it was right at the top here. Because a local declaration statement, well, what's the difference between the two? Int foo. That's just weird. I must not be understanding exactly what this... If I just pulled this out and said that, that's just a local... And again, what's it complaining about? Am I getting too much from the... Because that's a variable declaration. That's a variable declaration in there. I probably am not getting the right things. Okay. So let's come back over here as block. Let's do this. Say nodes, and then we'll say statements is equal to nodes. Oops, no, I did one too many. There. Okay, there. Run. So you get your block node. How many did you get? Way too many. That's not what I want. Block node descendant. What? Wait, child nodes. When did I say child nodes? To list. I think that's what I want. I don't think I want to do descendant nodes. I just want the child nodes. Okay. So if I say child nodes, and I bet I can say the thing for the block as well, but we'll get to that in a moment. Let's just run this again and see what happens. We got the bar. It looks, I mean, it's syntactically correct. It doesn't look any better than what I did before. But this feels more right, I guess is a better word. So, okay, let me do this. Let's just put this here. Is there like an No, I wish it was a inline. Maybe there is, and I just didn't see it. Okay. If I said child nodes here, I don't think that's correct for that though. Okay. And what I really want to do here first is let's print out console line before, and then we're going to print out what code is. And then we're going to print out a line. And then we're going to say after, so you can see the difference. So before, using system, blah, 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 blah. After that, boy bar now has a thing in there with that being C bar, bar, foo. I mean, I'm happy and I'm not. I just wish this would format better. And I kind of, again, it's this whole thing of normalized white spacing. And I mean, this comes basically because of the whole block. And I have to actually look that up again. Like, how do you be a little bit better? But that's okay. I don't care right now so much about does it look pretty, because I don't know if you need to have the brace on the end of the line or the next one. It's not so much that that has to look good, it's that it just needs to be doing the right, correct thing with the code modification, and that it is, and that is good. Okay, so then I can get rid of bad commented out code. Let's get rid of that. Do I have a block? Can I say this? I don't think you can. I don't think that's going to work. Oh, it does. All right, well, why? Oh, if I had, okay, so arrow is what I have, and then what's right underneath the arrow? Arrow expression clause. The thing right underneath it is that. So yes, it's actually correct. Okay. Good, good, good. We can now get rid of this because we're not going to do that kind of stuff. We're just going to build that up. I like it. I'm actually pretty happy with this. Clean up some of the junk that I've been doing. What happens if I put in a method that isn't defined right? Air quotes of right. Why do I have spaces there? Int quux. Now, of course, I remember from my editor config generator days that if, saying what is a bad method is not always the easiest thing to do. Like, get something that has diagnostics, var x is equal to return x plus 4. Something really stupid. What's it going to do with quux? What's it going to... I left it alone, and it did the other ones. So I wonder if it caught that it was a method definition. Let's do this. Or it doesn't even recognize it as a method definition at all. Yeah, it just leaves it alone. Okay, good. Well, that's actually good. We don't want it to do anything. Nice. Nice, nice. All right, so I could do more, but I think I'm actually going to stop for now. What I really should do is get this in to GitHub. I want to do it as a private repo first. I don't want to publish this just yet to the world. So what would happen if I did that? Let's say open here. Do I have all the goody goodness here? I've got that. No, I do not. I need more here. And what I mean by more is things like a README, a license. Yeah, I can put these in. No, not that. This. A git ignore. I have the editor config there, I think. So if I go back, yeah, I'll just skip over the editor config. No, I did realize I had an editor config. Okay, so git ignore, build Somebody asked me recently, why am I still using Notepad? You know, why don't I just use, or Notepad++, why don't I use something like Code, just VS Code itself? And I'm like, I don't know. In fact, no clue. 2019. Okay, and then the README. The idea is to put source code and more to follow. Okay, that's all good for now. So now it's going to, I've done this before, I'm like, yes, I want to put in something new, and don't go over there because you don't work the way I want you to. File, new repository, license none, license none. Let's keep the description I just had here. And I'm kind of curious, GitHub, private repository to public. Public repositories. Making a private repository public. When a private repository is made public, the private forks are detached. I don't really care about that. GitHub repository, say under danger zone, say make this repository public. Read the warnings, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Okay, so that actually seems like that will be very easy to do. Okay. Local path. Please do this right. Please do this right. Did you do it right? You did it right. I think you did it right. Did you do it right? Yeah, you did it right. I should do things more when I have, like I'm awake and I have some free time and I'm also time constrained because I am billing today and this is just like a lunch break, so I don't want to spend too much time on this. Yeah. So I think we just got everything. Initial commit. Commit to master. Oh, fine. Publish it. Can I say, keep this code private? Yes. Organization? None. Not the other ones I'm part of. And because I'm the only one, and there's not 3 or 4, whatever the thing is, so I'm going to keep this code private. Publish. Even if it got public, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I am kind of curious, though. If I go to github.com, Jason Bach, I obviously should be able to see it, but settings. Danger zone. Make this repository public. Okay, cool. So I'm not going to lose anything if my hard drive went kerfuffle and any of that other bad stuff. Yeah, so cool. This is another good step. I'm going to keep working more at this. I'm going to put in some issues for this because I know there's things I need to do, like, yay, you just modified that, which was ironically, probably the hardest thing of all this. But when I'm going to do this whole code base, I'm probably going to use Buildalizer to do that. I need to rewrite all the all the CS files within the project. I've got to put in the actual timing creator class. So I need a way to say, on my playground, to actually inject this whole class here so that's in your stuff. I could have it referencing like a NuGet package that has this in it, but just say, hey, can I put in another file or something? I need to put that in there. You do need to reference MiniProfiler. So could I actually edit the CSproj files so that if they don't have a reference to this thing, that it will put the reference in there with something like, hey, if you don't... You shouldn't need that, right? You really shouldn't need that. It should just be MiniProfiler. I don't think we need to say ASP.NET Core. I'll have to take a look at it. But whatever the package reference is that I want, just make sure that it's that. Put it in if it's not already there as maybe a helper thing. So there are other things I need to put into this project as to-dos, issues, things to address. But I'm happy, and this has gotten to a kind of a cool, interesting point. And again, this is the last thing I'm going to say right now is this is indicative of pretty much everything I've ever done with the compiler, Roslyn, API stuff, because it took me a while, mostly because I'm an idiot, but it took me a while to get to this point where when I finally got to this point, and this can go away because I don't need this anymore. Now it should be. You changed that. But look at this. This is what? How many lines? 70 odd lines, where really the bulk of it is this. I probably could maybe say, hey, all that's the same and all that's the same. No, they're not, because those are different. But the point is that it's really not that much code. A lot of this is just boilerplate factory code. It really just matters for this and this and this, and then putting in the statements. But it's not that much. So it just takes, for me, a little bit of time to finally get to that point where you're like, now I know what I need to do, and it becomes really simple and not a lot of code at all. Okay, so I'm pretty happy. All right, so next time I think I'm going to keep moving on this. So make sure those issues in there. We'll keep doing more and more of those and get it, and then actually run it against a fairly large code base. Do some smaller ones, larger ones, and then see what it does, how it performs, blah blah blah. How do I actually report a root node and its information so that people can see it? You have to get in any logging stuff, lots of things to do, but I'm happy we're at the step one of many. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.